Florida and Texas, where you have Republican lawmakers refusing to expand Medicaid, simultaneously also broaden their coverage for children this year because, I guess, of a provision in the Affordable Care Act that requires states to expand coverage to children between ages of 6 and 18 that somehow, I guess, skirts the requirements that were nullified by the Supreme Court. More than 200,000 children enrolled in Texas's Medicaid program, 75% of whom probably transferred from the state's S-CHIP program, which is also a federal state program where children of families whose income falls in that gap, that the 33%, in other words, the expansion of Medicaid under the Affordable Care Act covers people up to 133% of poverty as opposed to 100% of poverty. Children of families in that zone are now eligible for Medicaid coverage, many of whom have been covered under S-CHIP, but they're now into Medicaid. So you've got 75%, you got an extra 50,000 children in Texas who are covered that weren't covered before. Florida, same deal. 137,000 new children joining Medicaid. About less than half of whom were covered under S-CHIP. So there's another 80,000 or so children covered with health insurance. In California, 750,000 children covered by Medicaid expansion that came from the Affordable Care Act. That's huge. Is it as big as we would want? No. But nevertheless, hundreds of thousands, millions of children now being covered with health insurance. Is that a full win? No. But I mean, I can assure you it would not have happened under McCain. That's just the reality. And I am equally frustrated by everything the caller brought up. All of it. But, just being thoughtful about it, just understanding that there are times where you just don't have the ability to change things in the way that you want them. And if there is another way to go about that, because you live in Virginia and you don't vote because you're upset that things are not liberal enough, I guarantee you there is no counterpart on the right. There is no one on the right who is saying, I'm not going to vote because I don't think the Republicans are conservative enough. Now, that doesn't mean that they won't vote, particularly in Virginia, for someone who's a primary challenge.
Plenty of crazy options.
But they're not going to donate money to the Democrats. They're not going to donate money to people who are more liberal than they are to show up the Republican Party. That's not happening. I'm all for primaries. All for it.